What age is too old to come to Germany? This is the question I want to answer in this video, and this is something I got recently when I opened up my appointments again. I had closed my one-to-one appointments in December 2021, and now I open it again for a month because I want to just see what kind of questions people are having. 1st June I close it again because summer starts and there's time to go out and not sit at home. So if you want to have an appointment, you can book the consultations right now with the link given in description. It's a one-on-one call for 30 minutes. You can ask whatever questions you have. So in this call, I had somebody who was working in the software field. He was 35 years old, was working in a nice company in a nice city, and he asked me if it makes sense at the age of 35, when you're already so old, to come to Germany. Now, that got me thinking, because in Germany, I've never heard these kind of things, that at the age of 35, you're already so old and that you have to think twice about some of the life decisions you're making. That's not really the case here, because if I tell you about the numbers, that's what we always do at BIG. We always share with you details, facts and figures on the basis of things which are already there, written in plain and straight numbers. So, University of Freiburg said that the bachelor students who are finishing their degrees are at 24 years of age, not at 21 like we have in India, whereas the master students who are finishing their degrees are at the age of 27. I'm 28 right now. I'm already done with my master's since around 3 years. So, if you think about it, somebody who's a typical German student who would be doing his master's would be finished at 27 and not at 25 or 24 like is the case in India. I think I was finished with 24. Anyways, now the most important thing is like 24, 27. At this age, what happens in India? At the age of 24, there is a lot of drama happening that you don't have a job or you have to like prepare for exams, things like that. That's already like too late. For girls, what happens? 24 years of age for girls is essentially the age where you're like already getting so old that your family is getting worried that you will never get married and things like that, which is again a very ridiculous thing. At the age of 27, if you're not married as a guy, even like things just start getting really bad and you start hearing from your family why you're not married, why you don't have a good job, things like that, 100 other things. But if you think about it, a German at the same time at the age of 27, he's chilling out, he's doing his degree and he's getting finished with it at this time. Now, what happens at the age of 30 in Germany? At 30, somebody who is a PhD student will be finishing his degree. The typical age for that is 30.2 years. Now, 30 becomes really an age in India that most of the people think that the entire life is behind you now and like you just have to kind of make some children and work till you die and get a retirement. Like stories like that. This is something absolutely horrible because this gives people this kind of crazy self-doubt, crazy hesitations that they cannot even think about taking a proper decision in their life if they have reached a little bit of older stage. What they think is, if you did not take these decisions directly in your last year of bachelor's or the second last year of your bachelor's or the first year of your bachelor's, you're not too old. After 2-3 years of work experience, you're too old. You are not supposed to be making any kind of crazy life decisions, which I find absolutely horrible and nonsensical. But I also understand these people because these are not the ones who want to feel this way. They have been programmed by the Indian society that if you have gotten a little bit older, then you have to have these XYZ responsibilities. If you don't have these XYZ responsibilities, your life is done and nothing will ever make sense to you. So that's why now we sat down and we were like, okay, 35 years of age and you want to come for a job search visa, or if you want to come for a master's, because the person was thinking about both of the options. And I was like, okay, let's take a look at both of the options. Masters, of course, makes sense if you're doing an MBA degree or something, and then you're having some kind of contact with the companies, with the university, the alumni, things like that. You have some kind of ecosystem which gets built when you study somewhere. This is something extremely important, and I want to tell you right now and emphasize on it that if you're just coming for a job, if you have not studied in a place, if you have not studied in a country, your network, you're this tiny circle where you feel comfortable, it almost never gets built, because in Germany and most of the other countries, work is very, very separated than your private life. So if somebody's working with you, they're not going to like generally want to like hang out, whatever, because they have their own circle already built. And these kind of circles where they're built, these are generally built in school and universities and things like that. That's why I really recommend that if you're coming to Germany, studying is a very nice thing as long as you don't have a master's. If you have a master's, you can still do an MBA or something, because MBA also just lasts for 1 year. It is not such a dramatic thing that it has to go for like, 2, 3 years. Masters, on the other hand, I really find like having some additional skills, learning more things makes you better in your job, makes you more tuned to the German way of working, so that when you finally get a job in the end, you don't get fired in the Probezeit itself. What is Probezeit? Probezeit is a trial period. This generally goes from 3 to 6 months, in which the employer is allowed to quit you without any kind of like crazy explanations. But if you have passed this 3 to 6 months, then he has to give you 3 written warnings before he can quit you, unless you have done something crazy like share their trade secrets or something, or collaborate with one of their partner companies and given them some of their stuff like that. So all of those things will make for special grounds for quitting you. If you take a look at the actual guidelines which are given on the Make It in Germany website, this is a government initiative which clearly states things for you. But what is the problem here? The problem is that the website, again, most of the information that you want to search for comes in German. That's why learning German is also very, very important when you're coming to Germany. It also does not take so much time. It's so much simplified now. We have these faster German courses which are built together with a native German speaker, and you have exactly the things you need without overcomplicating things for you. A1 to B2 levels are already there. A1 to B1 bundle is there. A1 to B2 bundle is there. So you can take a look at the links and you can finish these levels in a very short time. At least till B1. B1 is like still doable, and I really believe everybody who wants to come to Germany should be finishing minimum B1. B2 is even better, and C1 is the best, of course. So here it's written that, first of all, if you're older than 45 years of age, you need to be making at least this much money, so that they can make sure that when you go into retirement in Germany, you're getting enough money, because the money you get in retirement is dependent on how much money you're making and how much you have put inside in the pension fund. If you're making a lot more money, you're taxed a lot more and you're putting a lot more money in the pension fund. If you're earning too less, so here the limit that they are putting out is 4,000 euros per month minimum, which is doable if you have 20 years of work experience, 100%. If you're good at your job, you have 20 years of work experience or something, this is something which is not dramatic. I've seen people after 10 years of work experience getting salaries of 120,000 euros per year, 160,000 euros per year in the IT field, of course. So this is something which is doable. But that's what I said to this person also, that in Germany, this kind of like age taboo is not there anyways. And even if you're taking a look at the legal guidelines or the guidelines that the government is giving, even there, the age old comes at 45 and not at 35. So this is a video for everybody who is just thinking, hesitating, not understanding what to do just because they feel like they passed a little bit of their time and they're a little bit older, they have some work experience already, they want to make a shift, but they do not trust in themselves enough, or they're just too scared from everything that the society has been telling them about their age, about how old they have gotten, that they don't want to move at all. This is not a nice thing, because look, everybody needs to have a chance to change their life if they really want to. And this is exactly what you're getting. Like, as long as you're still below 45, it's not a problem at all. If you're above 45, what you have to do is you have to show that you have enough money saved aside, whatever, so that you're also able to take care of yourself in the older years. Or what the other option is, you need to have a minimum of 4,000 euros per month of income. So even above 45, it is doable, right? The visa rejection chances are a little bit higher above 45, but this will be higher when you are just doing something shady, like where something doesn't fit. But if you're going in the same field in which you have worked your entire life, then this makes no problem whatsoever, right? So I hope this video clarifies a few things for you. It clarifies what are the typical ages at which Germans are getting their degrees of different levels, bachelor's, master's, and PhD in Germany. And also what is the age at which the German government themselves make a difference, that below this, all is good. After this, you need to have this minimum requirement in order to come for a job in Germany. So this is what I wanted to share with you. If you have some kind of questions whatsoever, of course, you can write down in the comments, or if you want to sit on a one-on-one call, you have an appointment link for that. Otherwise, if you already want to like learn German, we also have courses for that. If you want to study in Germany, we have a dedicated course for that. And if you want to find a job in Germany, we also have a dedicated course for that on Big Academy. Every single thing related to Germany is already covered on Big Academy, so you don't have to go anywhere else. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.